Hey everybody, I'm going to do one video before I go clean up and jump into another thing. As you can see, really disgusting. Um, and I've been down here just doing some demolition. I started out on this side of the house because it was cooler. The sun was on the other side of the house and everything else. And so I finally decided to tackle taking out, there was actually a little enclosure here that covered this up. This big cast iron pipe that you see with the crack in it, that is the main stack. So what that does is it goes all the way up through the roof. Its original house would be my guess, which means it's almost 130 years old. It goes all the way through the roof and pulls oxygen into, or air into the system. And then all of the other plumbing ties into it on the way down. So up above me is, and this is the first time anybody's been able to see this, so this is really exciting. Up above me is where all the plumbing is for the upstairs bathroom. So hot water, cold water, and waste lines. All of the cast iron would be the original waste lines. And then that smaller dark pipe that you see to the your far left would be the gas line. So that's inactive in this house, but it's being left in place. And then the little bitty line, I believe that was another water line. It's inactive too, so don't have to worry about that. Anyway, so this bathroom, the sink, the toilet, and the bathtub would have tied into this pipe, and then it would come all the way down. It would go under the floor here, and then it actually took off at a diagonal through the house, and then it headed just outside of the house the other direction to the street. And so this is cracked, which I knew actually. I could tell that there was a leak pretty early on. Tons of water damage. So all of this beadboard, I'm going to salvage the parts that haven't, been exposed to moisture and sewage and whatever for however many years. But and I need that, so that's good. But I could tell that it had been damaged for a while. So I initially quit using it very quickly once I got the house. In fact, the toilet is still sitting upstairs at the landing of the staircase. I need to just take it down. It's something I can do, but it's just going to be exhausting and taxing. So I've been kind of putting it off and dragging my feet. But anyways, so the plan is, and always has been, to take this puppy out, and what we'll do is we'll go back in with a 4-inch PVC pipe. There are pros and cons to that. So once I do that, you're going to hear the toilet flush every time. You're going to hear all the water running through the pipes when people are using the sink or the shower or anything like that. That's one of the downfalls of PVC, and one of the great things about cast iron. Something that I will do to help with that is I will probably put a little bit of insulation in this spot. I'm going to still enclose it a little bit, but I'm really glad to have access to it. I will keep it so that I can access it just in case there is a leak someday. Being able to put in the access to maintain your stuff and check on it, make sure there aren't any leaks, is really important. So one of the reasons why I was taking this out is that, so this will be PVC. We'll leave the other line there. It's going to be inactive. It won't do anything. I'll probably take this steel one out. And then I will run my new hot and cold water up through this cavity as well to serve the bathroom upstairs. And then on this wall right here is where the new hot water heater is going to go. So this is going to be a super fancy on-demand hot water heater. I'm really excited about it. It won't require ventilation because it will be electric, whereas the current one is gas, and I'll show you that. This one is inactive as well, but this is the gas one. Something kind of funny, as I took the ceiling out today, I was finally able to see this vent pipe. So with the gas, you have to vent it. It's not actually connected up there, which doesn't even come as a surprise at this point. So anyways, other entertaining things with this one, the access to shut the gas on and off is back here. But when I got the house, there was a wall built in, so I don't even know that they would have been able to access it to turn it off That's not a good plan. I'm actually debating whether or not to even leave this wall here. There was a period in time when this was not here and this was completely open. And then there was a time, I think when Mom lived here, that it was closed in. So I'm debating what period I want to go back to. One of the cool things would be you would have sort of a direct shot from the screen door here all the way through the porch, and then through to the other side, which would be really awesome for ventilation, privacy or something. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but anyways, it's just something to think about. Open to suggestions. Other fun stuff that you saw me do today. Started working on this. This was a total sidebar, but it's been bugging me for a long time, and it was really hard to get all of this out. I'm probably going to have to cut out the other wooden pieces, but it's at least progress. So this is cedar siding that was put on kind of modern. The tar paper is actually in decent condition. I don't know what manufacturer made it, but I cannot complain about that. Anyway, so this X bracing is structural. I actually love it. I think it's something to really be featured and show, so I need to get it all cleaned up and painted and weather protected again, and then hopefully can get all this other junk out, this extra framing, because it's unnecessary. We'll go ahead and put screen in here, so that's going to help with like bugs and privacy a little bit as well. But one of the reasons why I needed to get this out, let me move this door, is that it's sitting on two pieces of flooring that are, or three pieces, excuse me, that are cut. And I need to, in order to continue fixing the flooring here, I'm gonna have to cut those pieces out and then pick up where it leaves off, and work my way to the edge of the porch. As you can see, I got the super broken half of the joist out. So I'm gonna put in a new joist here, and then I'll have to trim a piece that will fit here that will make it slope just enough to drain any rainwater that blows in through the screen back out the porch, and hopefully we'll get that done pretty soon. One of the challenges that I'm running into, and I think everybody else in the world is right now, is back-ordered materials and appliances and all that good stuff. I'm gonna look at that as a blessing. So it means that I'll just be prepared, and it's given me a chance to really think about my decisions. So one of the decisions that I'm kind of maybe going back on, I still want the refrigerator right here, but let's imagine that those doors are the refrigerator and they're just a little bit further over. That takes up a lot of space, and it comes out into the room quite a bit. So I was gonna do cabinets all along this top here, but what will happen is if I put a refrigerator, there's gonna be this huge space up at the top that's gonna collect dust and grime, and I'm gonna forget to clean it, and I hate doing all of that. So I'm really debating, is there a better way? Another option would be to use refrigerators that are actually drawers. So I would basically put a countertop across here, so it would gain a lot of countertop space. I could bring wall cabinets all the way down, so I would get more space there. And then there would be drawers that would be refrigerator and freezer. From a perspective of the freezer, the one that I was placing the order for was a French door counter depth refrigerator freezer combination, just very traditional. And the freezer was a drawer anyways, so that's not really gonna change. So the only thing that would change is you would open a drawer to get your fruits and vegetables and beverages and things like that. So I'm interested to hear what everybody thinks. I honestly haven't decided. It's not the end of the world, and that's one of the greatest things about this is a lot of the decisions that I'm making right now are very important, and that one could change. I can have the outlets put in for the refrigerators if I decide I don't like them. I can go back to a tall one. It's not going to be the end of the world. So I do appreciate that, but certainly now is the time to make those decisions. So anyways, I guess maybe it is a blessing that we've got a little bit more time to think about that with everything being on back order. I am filthy from all of that junk falling in from the ceiling. So I'm gonna go rinse off a little bit, and then hopefully I'll give you guys a video of what's going on upstairs in the bedroom so that we can start getting some electricity converted over. You guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.